What's good, people? What's good, family? I.O.B.A. I'm TC. Okay, so the elections are getting closer and closer. Shit's starting to get tight. And it's coming down to who can capture that black vote, just like we always knew it would. We are in the most advantageous position we've been in a long time. By we, I mean American descendants of slavery. I fall in that camp because of the honesty in it. All right? Excuse me, the honesty in it. It doesn't say much about me other than I'm a descendant of slavery, of slaves in America. My great 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 grandparents were slaves in the South. So I fall in that description. So that's where I fall at. And we are the most powerful demographic around right now because of the fact that we hold the 2020 elections pretty much in our hands. You don't believe me? Okay, here's the deal. Ain't nobody from the Republican side gonna challenge Donald Trump. Nobody is. Right? He's not gonna get fucking impeached. He might get impeached, but he's not gonna get thrown out of office because the Republicans in the Senate ain't having it. Right? So we know he ain't going nowhere. He gonna be the Republican nominee for president. You know, they're gonna run him for re-election. A couple of motherfuckers jumped up from the Republican Party and said they might challenge him for the nomination, but they blowing smoke out their ass. They ain't gonna do shit. Now on the Democratic side, we all know what's happening. All right, you got Elizabeth Warren, you got Bernie Sanders, you got Pete Buttigieg, and you got Joe Biden. Pete Buttigieg is not going to be the fucking president. And if he were to get nominated, Donald Trump will hand his ass to him on a silver platter. Same goes true for Joe Biden. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, I think Bernie Sanders can beat Trump. But the Democratic Party, they don't really want Bernie Sanders as their nominee because you know how Bernie Sanders get down with the free college and the Medicare for all and all of that shit. He's too far to the left, in other words. Which I like, personally, because, you know, I don't have no motherfucking shame in telling people I'm a democratic socialist. I don't give a fuck. I'm probably way more to the left than a lot of people even realize. But the Democratic National Committee, they don't like Bernie Sanders. They like Elizabeth Warren or they like Joe Biden. They like Joe Biden the best, even though they know Joe Biden is fucked up in the motherfucking head and is a really bad candidate, just like Hillary Clinton was. But they want to run him anyway. You know why they want to run him? Because they don't want things to change in this country. You could change the man at the top or put a woman at the top as long as she got the right motherfucking politics in place when it comes to the big things. You know, like protecting corporations and bailing out banks and, you know, continuous war and big military budgets. The Democrats and the Republicans both agree on that. And so they want to keep that shit in place. So we are the only ones who can upset that fucking apple cart by throwing our support behind somebody like Bernie Sanders. Because Elizabeth Warren, believe it or not, is a corporate Democrat. You have to throw your support behind Bernie Sanders in order for shit to even change a little bit. And Bernie Sanders will not take seriously the black agenda. So we have to make up our mind that we're gonna have to vote down the ticket. We're gonna have to come to the realization that we're gonna have to vote down the ticket and write in somebody for president. And just be prepared for 4 more years of Donald Trump. You know, in my last video, I talked about how fucked up Donald Trump will be after 6 years in the White House, or 6 or 8 years in the White House. I say 6 because I think he's gonna be totally fucking fucked up by if he gets reelected and is there after 6 years. You know, don't get thrown out of office. You know, that being said, if he there 6 years, the 4 he's already done plus 2 more, he'll be totally fucked up by then. And then the last 2 years of just being total, he just, you know, he gonna wind up in the hospital some fucking where. But 4 more years in the White House for a motherfucker like Donald Trump might be just what niggas need in order to get their heads out their collective asses and stop thinking they got motherfucking friends outside of their own demographic, outside of ADOS, because you don't. You really do not have any motherfucking allies outside of American descendants of slavery or foundational black Americans or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You ain't got no friends outside. There ain't no black-brown alliance. You know, the gay people got their own fucking agenda. The Hispanics, when they talk about Hispanics, I was listening to an interview just the other day. When the Hispanic leaders get up there and talk about their interests, they don't say brown and black interests. They say Hispanic, Latino interests. They don't speak of no black-brown alliance. That's some bullshit we like to... black people like to fucking do. I ain't gonna say we, because I don't believe that shit. So we all we got at the end of the day. You know, I know y'all done heard that before. We all the fuck we got. And it's true. So Barack Obama stick his motherfucking head out the sand and saying some shit about not pulling the party too far to the left. Fuck Barack Obama. How do I go, me personally, right? How do I go from really digging that president to fuck that motherfucker? Because in 2008, I drunk the Obama juice, and I voted for him again in 2012. Even though in 2012, I just wanted to stick it in the eye of white people. But in 2008, I really did think that motherfucker was the truth. Now, 6 or 8 months after he was elected, and, you know, the motherfucking high wore off, I realized, yeah, he's just another motherfucking corporate Democrat. And, you know, it was nice having him there, and him and Michelle, they take nice pictures. But as a black man in America, you know, our shit didn't get no better. In fact, it got worse under Barack Obama. Come to realize, it was true. He ain't like me. He is not an American descendant of slavery. He's a Kenyan, and he is a white, his mama white woman. He got nothing in common with me. If they handed out the reparations check tomorrow, he wouldn't get one. So ain't no motherfucking alliance. Barack Obama is not our friend. We got to vote down the fucking ticket. Elect as many people who come as close to our interests as we can get, and write in somebody for president. I mean, if you feel like you gotta vote for one of the motherfuckers that's up there, throw your vote behind Sanders, but don't expect much directly for black people. Don't expect much in the way of tangibles for black people. Because he done already said no to reparations. And you know what? Here's another thing I gotta touch on. And don't get it twisted, y'all. Ain't nobody gonna tell anybody to vote for Donald Trump. But you gotta be realistic about that motherfucker, right? His policies are the same policies that have been in effect for the last 50 fucking years from the Republican point of view. Say again. Donald Trump ain't doing nothing that no other Republican president hadn't done before him. Except Donald Trump ain't got the motherfucking political skill to hide his motherfucking ignorance. He ain't got the motherfucking political skill to hide his racism. He don't have a big enough vocabulary to even search for words that mean he's a racist pig without just coming out and straight up saying it. He just don't have the fucking gray matter. But for getting up there and reading that teleprompter that they make real simple, he could get up there and quote the motherfucking party line. But he just an ignorant, buffoon when he doing it. I honestly didn't think nobody could get dumber than George W. Bush. But now, there you go. That's how you know that they're not really running the country. They set the mood of the country and the tone of the country, clearly. But a lot of people, millions of people, really do think that the president is really calling the shots like that, but he's not. Not like that. Not like that. Not when it comes to, stopping with the wars and backing down these corporations and shit like that. He's not really calling the shots when it comes to that shit. The people who pay for his campaign, that's who controlling all of that. So anyway, Donald Trump ain't doing nothing that no other Republican president didn't do before him. And the Democrats, well, they just as bad because it was Democrats that pushed that big mass incarceration shit through. That was Clinton. He was a Democrat. So, and the only person that really wants to try to change the status quo is goddamn old man Bernie Sanders. But he don't want to push for reparations. So if you got to vote for one of these motherfuckers, throw your vote behind that dude. Just saying. As far as getting promised anything from Donald Trump, motherfuckers say, well, what if Donald Trump made concrete promises to black people? He won't fucking keep them. He ain't even gonna fucking keep them. I wouldn't take a check from that motherfucker if he handed me one for $1 million. I would not take it. Because Donald Trump, you know he a motherfucking pathological fucking liar. So he'll say whatever he need to say to get you to vote for him. And then he'll laugh at you for believing him. So don't fucking get caught up when you hear somebody say, what if Donald Trump promised us tangible, should we vote for him? No. I'm just going to say it right now. If Donald Trump promised you anything, don't take it. If Donald Trump promised that he going to give some tangible motherfucking legislation to black people, American descendants of slavery, A, he lying. And B, if he make that promise to you and he gets reelected, he gonna go back on that fucking promise. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Every black person that you see Donald Trump associate with is a motherfucking crook, a liar, a sellout, or a coon. Believe that. So don't if you read in some piece where Donald Trump said he gonna look at the black agenda, take a serious look at the black agenda, don't you believe it. None of these motherfuckers got no use for American descendants of slavery. That's why we have to push so hard. And I'm gonna say one more thing before I go. You got foundational black Americans want to do a fucking national conference. You got American descendants of slaves, ADOS, want to do a fucking conference. You got a conference over here, a conference over there, a conference back there, a conference down under there. You got all these fucking conferences that people want to have to talk about the same motherfucking group of issues. And to me, that's good, because you got 30 million motherfucking black people in this country you got to try to reach. Or as many of them as you can. It's going to take more than one group of people pushing. You know what I mean? It's going to take more than one group of people organizing and doing these conferences. It's enough motherfucking room for everybody to get out there and work. I don't know why motherfuckers online arguing and cussing each other out like that. See, that's young people dumb shit. It make me think they're trying to make money or some shit like that. That's what it make me think. Well, why else would they be arguing? Because, like I said, it's enough motherfucking people out there for everybody to enlighten. You dig me? If if you Tariq Nasheed and you reach 4 million black people, and you Michi X and you reach 4 million black people, and you Dr. Umar Johnson and you reach 4 million, and Boyce Watkins and you reach 4 million, and Claude Anderson, you reach 4 million, you still got plenty of motherfucking people out there who you ain't reached. Everybody got to be fighting and pushing from different directions. I'm a bodybuilder, right? I hit a muscle group from 3 or 4 different directions because I want that shit developed from any angle you look at it. And that's the way our motherfucking mentality should work when it comes to building this goddamn black American descendants of slaves, foundational black American nation that we trying to build. Enough room, enough work out there for everybody. Anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I'm gonna sell this piece behind me tonight. I sold two beautiful pieces of art over the weekend, and I'm gonna show y'all before I go what the fuck they look like. I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck they look like before I go, because I got $200 for each one of them. You got the red headscarf. Here it is. Can you see it? Yeah. There it is right there. Okay. And you got the slave bride. There's she. Right there. There's she. All right. I hope you can see it. It's fucking glare. Anyway, I sold them 2 pieces. I got $200 for each one of them. Not a bad little motherfucking payday. And the one behind me, the mother and child piece behind me, I'll probably get $100 for that, but that's charcoal and that's going out tomorrow. So I'm making a little money. I'm feeling good about that off of my artwork. You know what I mean? I can't quit my day job, but hey, I like the little money I do make comes in handy, and hey, I ain't trying to get rich off it. I'm just trying to move some artwork. Anyway, y'all wanna check a piece out, hit me up at tcedwards12@gmail.com, and I'll see about getting one out to you. That's it for y'all. I ran a little late on this one, but hey, it's all good. TC, and I'm out.